Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day. Welcome back everyone to this part 2 of a sewerage work excavation for this subject. So now we want to have a look at the items for excavating trenches below groundwater level. As I always mention to all of you students, why we need to highlight all of these items is because we want to let your clients or the contractors know that there is an item or that require a special attention and with additional works or additional costs. Okay, for instance, here we have groundwater level here. This is a groundwater level. So now expected that there will be groundwater here, and when you do excavation, obviously this groundwater will flood your excavation area. So what they need to do is to pump out the water from this excavation area. So pumping out or diversion of water, diversion of this groundwater to a lower level, okay, will incur a cost. So that's why this item is considered as extra over. Okay, however, this item, when you take a measurement for your excavation, you will include this groundwater level as well, but you need to add another item called extra over. So, excavating trenches near to roadway, of course, you need to let the contractors know that your trenches excavation is very near to a roadway, and you need to mention a distance and the depth of excavation. Reason being, it could be a very heavy roadway with a heavy traffic, so you need to let the contractor knows that there is an additional work and cost incur. For instance, is a traffic management for that particular area, or you cannot use certain kind of machineries that will give impact on the structure of the road, something like that. So you have to be very careful, and if you have this kind of item, you need to describe it in your description. So that will be another item, not as extra over but additional new item. So all of these will be similar to excavating trenches near to existing building. So you have to let this item being clearly mentioned in your description. Okay, excavating trenches in unstable ground, you will refer to V.2.7, where you have an unstable ground at this area. Okay, so at this unstable ground, of course, there will be additional work incurred, such as soil replacement, or they need to put more filling, soil filling, and that require additional works and costs. So for this, but what you need to do is you need to measure it separately under a different heading. It's not an extra over kind of taking off, but it is a measure separately item, which means this is a normal ground here. When the normal ground here, okay, this is a normal ground, so this item name is A, and this item name is C. Okay, A and C can be under one heading, under one description, and for B here, it should be under one description. Disposal of water, you need to refer to section V point 3 or D 15 to 16. In case you have a work like breaking up concrete, reinforced concrete, brickwork, tar macadam, and the likes, that can be referred to section V.2.9. Each item to be measured separately. Okay, you have to measure it separately, and each measured in linear meter as an extra over. Okay, the trench in which it occurs. State the size of the pipe to be laid. So you need to mention this clearly first as a separate item, second as an extra over, the third one is the size of the pipe that to be laid. But if your excavation, for instance, this is what we call as an existing tar macadam here, and then you are about to lay your pipe here. So of course you need to break this tar macadam first before you can do the excavation work here. Okay, so you need to itemize, you need to highlight that in your description in order for you to tell the users of your BQs, like a client and the contractor, that there is an additional work where you need to hack this item first. Okay, this is how you describe this in your description. Okay, so for this item, you need to mention an extra over. You need to mention the pipe size, the nominal size of your pipe, the starting level, whether it's a reduced level, ground level, and you need to mention the depth range, it's 2 meter, and average depth. Okay, and this item that you can get from your V.2.5. All of this is telling the contractor that all of this excavation must be coming together with the work like earthwork support, treating bottoms, filling in, compaction, disposal spread, and level of surplus soil within the excavation area. Okay, this is how you add in your BQ. So pipe works. Pipe works normally for sewerage is being described under V.5.1. Pipe fittings will be under V.5.4. And pipe protections V.4.1. So what is basically a pipe protections? Okay, pipe protections is normally coming with bed as benching and covering. Measurement of drain pipes. Okay, it's measure over all fittings, which means, okay, for instance, here, if you look at the pipe here, there is a fittings here. Okay, this is what we call as the fittings. Okay, this is the fittings. So what does it mean by measure overall fitting? Measure overall fitting is that, okay, from here to here, okay, it will be taken as one length. Okay, a quantity in linear meter, so it should be measured in meter, taken from the faces of a manhole plus the manhole wall thickness. Okay, what does it mean by that? Okay, so for instance, now this is your manhole. Okay, and then here is your pipe. You have another manhole here. So the length for your manhole should be taken as, okay, faces of manhole. So this is A, the length, and it should be including the manhole wall thickness. So this is a wall thickness, so this is B, and it comes in both sides, right? So B. So in other words, the length for your manhole is that A plus 2B. Well, depends. It could be a different thickness, so you gotta be very careful there. So the length is taken is a sloping slant. Sorry, sloping length, which means it is not flat. It is sloping. Okay, you gotta be very careful there. So if it's sloping, you have to remember what you need to do is to find the average depth. Okay, measurement of a drain pipes. Okay, measurement must be taken sequentially between each manholes. Okay, for instance, okay, you have manhole 1 here. Oh, let me change my... You have manhole 1 here, and you have manhole 2. So it should be starting from manhole 1 to manhole 2. It cannot be the other way around, where manhole 2 going back to manhole 1. So if you have manhole 3 here, it should be from 1 to 2 to 3. Okay, and item description must state the kind, quality, nominal size, method of jointing the pipes. Okay, this is the example. Okay, this is what we call as the kind. Okay, jenis, types. The quality, okay, UPVC class C2PS 3526. And you have to mention the nominal size, which is 110 mm diameter. Okay, and how you join it. So in this case, they are using lathe and jointed with collar and rubber rings, seal joints. So the unit is in meter. Okay, fittings measured in number. So this is basically the common fittings that being used in this sewerage piping. This is a 90 degrees elbow. We have T, 90 degrees elbow again, T. This is a reducer, and roll 45. And the quantity is measured as extra over. Why it is measured as extra over? Because the principle in measuring the pipe is measure over all fittings. That's why when it comes to fittings, it is measured in number and as extra over. This is how you do the description for the fittings. Extra over drain pipes, UPVC class C, and the types and the size and how you join it, but you need to mention the word extra over. Oh, this is for what? For perhaps for bend or T. Okay, next one is the bed benching and covering. That will be covered under part 3 of this lecture. See you later.